Yo Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yo, check it back in.
We got our special guests in the building, Amber and Barbara.
Welcome. How y'all doing?
Thank you. We doing amazing.
Yes, I'm doing wonderful.
We talking taxes today.
Yes.
Taxes now. I recently tried to I applied for the SBA loan, and I originally got denied for it. They gave me the $1,000 grant. And then I tried to apply for it this time, and they changed, everything that they was asking for. And they asked me for tax statements from 2018, which I didn't have.
Okay.
And that hurt my feelings. Because I wanted the money. You know what I'm saying? I have a plan for the money now. So is there any way around that?
Well, I mean, you can always file an amended tax return. So even though, we're filing for year 2020, you have 3 years to file from, whatever current year it is,
Right.
for 3 more years after that. So since you need 18, you still got a little bit more time to go ahead and get that tax return completed, printed out, and then mail it in.
But I literally made $0. That's
Did
cool.
you hustle? Because all side hustles matter.
I did.
Well, do you have an EIN?
I do.
Well, then you qualify to file a tax return.
Now, I don't remember when. I want to say I started my business definitely in 2019. So
Okay.
2018, I didn't even have a business.
Okay, so it's still ways that you can still file a tax return as a business owner, well, as self-employed,
Right.
even though you registered the EIN the previous year after.
Okay. So we definitely need to talk. Because
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying. I want to get my 20 bands too. Everybody else getting 20 bands. I
Man,
want
don't
20
we all?
bands.
We all need that SBA money. Yeah. But it's also other platforms that you can complete for a loan, more than 20K. So, and you don't even need, like bank statements or previous tax history. It's other ways around it. SBA is kind of like a funder to a whole lot of lenders.
Right.
So they partner with SBA because SBA get the government money, and then they distribute it to a lot of other lending companies.
Okay.
So you may just not got approved from one lender or 5 lenders versus all the million of other lenders that's out here. So
Do the lenders stay anonymous?
no, you will know who's lending you your money. You're gonna know for sure because they want their money back.
Sure.
Now, I know you actually have a tax firm, you
Mm-hmm.
feel me? And this year you doing taxes, but you also helping people start their business.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that.
So definitely, every one of my tax clients is going to use some of their refunds to invest. I don't care what it is. I always tell them, once they get their refund, are you ready to flip it? Because we, most people, especially our people, meaning black people, we have no knowledge of financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that money and we go shopping. We go buy the coldest lemon. And it break down. It break down 2 weeks later, and that's just that. Now we're looking for the next come up. So it's time to change that view on how we look at money and let it work for us. So I always tell them, how are you about to invest your refund? What is it that you like to do? Because that's where we start. When you do what you love, you don't work. It just flows. It becomes easy. So with their refunds, I make sure that they take out a percentage to get their LLCs or whatever type of licensing and permits they need for whatever business. After that, they take it and invest another portion to start a business bank account, and then they don't touch that. So now we're working on building credit for your business, and then we just go from there. It's only up from there. That's just the foundation, helping them create that foundation and constantly giving them knowledge on how to use their money versus letting it use them. They never look back. They wind up never looking back. So last year, 85% of my tax clients use their refunds to start a business. This year, I'm going for 100%.
That's obtainable.
It is.
I
It
agree.
is.
I agree.
Now, this question for both of y'all. Why did y'all get into the tax game?
I'll let you go first.
Well, she's definitely the one that introduced me. And she's definitely the one that's pushing me to start my own business, which I have. It's definitely taught me a lot, and I'm proud to talk about it. My business is Uniquely Bee. I make homemade custom candles, homemade mango shea butter body cream, homemade shea butter soap, and honey lip scrub. So everything is all natural. All my candles are customizable. You can customize it by the color, the scent, the herb, and the healing crystals. And she put, she's wonderful. She definitely put me on, definitely put some knowledge in my ear, and I'm working with it. She's awesome.
All right, Amber, before you answer that question, let me ask her one more question. Where can we get these candles? Because as soon as you said candles, I just wanted a candle.
Thank you. So I definitely have some business cards. I do have a business card. I have a digital business card that I can give you. And I have my RQ code. It'll give you a link to my website, my TikTok, and my Instagram. All my content is there. It's wonderful. Everybody, please check me out. I would love for you guys to visit and engage with me, definitely.
And she got some on hand.
I definitely do, if you like to see it.
We recycling black dollars today. That's
Yeah.
Sound good.
All right, Amber, why taxes for you?
It's a lot of money. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it is a lot of money in it. Outside of that, I've always, growing up, I saw my dad be an entrepreneur, and he passed away without having that plan B for, generational wealth. So when I was introduced to taxes, it was from my significant other. He was like, you should do it. You're smart enough to do it. And I was like, I don't do numbers. I don't do math. It's not my thing. But when I did the training, it was super simple. And I took it, I ran with it, and I said, I could turn this into something more. So when you file your taxes, that's kind of like the biggest bulk of income that people get from the beginning of the year. So you could take that income to help you grow for the rest of the year. So when I realized that, I'm like, let me get deeper into taxes so that I can help people get a maxed out refund and then help them create generational wealth so they won't have to experience, or their children won't have to experience, quote unquote, getting it out the mud.
Right.
So that was always my main goal, was to help people have, not make sure that their kids and their grandkids don't have to experience what I did with my dad, passing away, having a business, but then having nothing to fall back on because he lacked financial literacy. So it was kind of like a gateway for financial literacy for me.
What would you say the first step somebody should take for not paying taxes back?
Get an EIN.
EIN? Okay. So
Become a business owner.
Okay.
And not even necessarily a business owner. Turn your name into a business. And when you register your EIN, you put it in your first and last name. That way, everywhere you go, I don't care if you swiping a card for a bag of chips, that's business.
And that comes back to, what's that, end up in a write-off or something?
Yep, it's an expense. It's a business expense. If you're pumping gas, if you're buying a pair of shoes, whatever is on your bank statement, your name is registered to your EIN, your employer identification number, which means whatever you did was for business.
Heard that.
I don't care if I bought some Harold's, a 6-piece wing with extra lemon pepper and mouth sauce.
That's exactly why I asked that question I asked before about the taxes, like who you think have a harder time receiving that, because I didn't know how I was going to receive it, but you just broke it down.
Yeah, definitely. Get that EIN. It's the foundation for a business, for sure.
Now let's talk personal credit versus business credit, because from my short understanding of business credit, I'm more of I receive more money in business credit than I've ever received in my personal life. Why is that? Why is they giving me so much money for my business, but they say, hey, Javon, you a regular person, we gonna start you off with a $500 limit?
Because your business has a business plan. And when you can sit down and tell them what you plan to do, they see the vision. And sometimes they may see more than you see. So you may say, well, I think my business is going to make me $100,000 this year. But based off what your business plan, your written business plan was, and the ideas that you have, they may see $500,000. So they're saying, okay, here's this credit. Go ahead and hang yourself. They're not saying do a good job.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, they know they're going to get it back, whether it's in collateral, whether they're going to take whatever property that you purchased or whatever you did with the money. They know they're going to get it back. And a lot of times it's designed to make you do that. It's designed to make you mess up your credit, just like your personal credit. So they'll look out for you in the beginning, because if you were saying, I need $100,000 for myself, how are we going to benefit? How are we going to make sure that we're going to get our money back, because you're not investing it?
Right.
So that's typically why you're getting more money or more credit in a business than you would personally.
Now, I appreciate you saying that, because I remember going away to college, and as soon as I walk into the student union, it's 18 credit card things like, hey, come get our credit card.
Yeah.
Come fuck your credit up.
Yeah.
You feel me? Right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now as a grown man, you know, my credit is good. But it's crazy, because every time I approach the 700, they be like, nah, go back down. And then they shoot me right back up, and then they shoot me right back down. I can't understand these things, because I'm not doing anything different. I'm paying on my credit cards. I don't have any outstanding balances, but they just won't let me be great.
What DJ Khaled say? They don't want you to win.
For real.
They don't want you to, and I don't understand, but you just have to have that financial literacy, because that's the only thing that we lack that stops us from getting over that hump.
Right.
That's the only thing. We getting there, we pushing, we made the money, we got the business started, we went to college, we probably dropped out or graduated, but we here. We got our credit, we don't have any, things on our history, but we may need one key piece which requires you to have financial literacy, and you don't have it. So that's the reason why you probably can't get over that hump, because you need just a little more of a push.
Yo Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yo, checking back in. Learning a lot about taxes, man. A lot.
Yes.
Big facts now. Why is it important to be IRS certified? Because anybody in their crib could be doing our taxes, so explain why that's important.
It gives you a different rank, for one. When you're IRS certified, somebody can look up your identification, your tax ID number, to make sure that, you're doing it legitly. People can easily, like you said, buy a TurboTax software and do taxes. But then what if they run off with your taxes?
What if they run off with your Social Security number?
What if they run off with your kids' Social Security number? Because they do it.
And that happened. That happened to my mother, my daughter's mother. Somebody stole our daughter identification, and she had to use a special code just to find
identity pin. Yeah, so to avoid all of that, you will have a number that's on your tax return. You always want to get a copy. I have so many clients that's like, well, the person who did my taxes last year, they didn't send me a copy of my return. That's the first problem, because how do you have any type of trace to them?
Right.
So basically, when you have when you're certified, you have an ID number with the IRS, with the government, and they can look you up, and then your client can look you up. So that's pretty much what that does. It just gives you a different rank, and it puts you in a different place as far as being a tax preparer.
Now, how do I go about filing? Like, if I'm an independent contractor, like, do I file that with my normal taxes, or is that separate?
I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of people think that you have to file 2 separate tax returns, and you don't. So as long as it's your business and it's registered to you, you file it with your person.
I mean, like, if I'm like, let's say I'm doing like Instacart or Grubhub or something, like Amazon, like, I don't have a business, so it's still under my personal name. So it's just one tax return still?
Yep. So it's called a 1099, which is like a self-employed W-2, if you will. It basically tells you that we just been paying this person cash, no taxes have been taken out, so you're technically self-employed. And at the end of the year, you're going to pay your taxes back. So you just file that with your W-2s. It's different options on the return that you can put in.
Yeah, before y'all got here, I was telling Jimmy a story about how the IRS stole my last tax return, and I was uneducated. I received a settlement check from a lawsuit that I got into, and I just thought it was free money, so I spent it like it was free money. And then the IRS was like, "No, you owe us blue, 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 blue." You know what I'm saying? And they snatched my last taxes. Hurt my feelings. But I didn't know that I had to file taxes on that check that I got. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was my money, so I spent it like it was my money.
I'm so glad you said that because, you know, with the pandemic hitting, everybody getting unemployment. So they think that they don't have to file unemployment. Even though it's not earned income, like you didn't work for it. Any income you get, if it's over $5,000 from one place, you have to file it. You have to report it to the IRS or they're going to turn into the alphabet boys.
Knock on your door.
Right.
Hey, what was that?
For sure, they're going to take you back. So
now, go ahead.
With that being said, so even like on your work, it's for unemployment on your working page, like on the page you file, like places that you work, you have to put it right underneath, or is it two separate files?
So it's the same file. It's on one tax return, but it's different forms. So that's basically how the IRS works. Like for a W-2, you get a form that you got to complete for that. For a 1099, you got a form you got to complete with that. So it's just different. It's paperwork, basically. So if you only work the job, and you like a regular 9 to 5, you get a W-2. That's one form, plus like the form for your own personal information. Then your dependents, that's another form. Then you got a form to make sure everything you're saying is, you know, the truth. That's another form. So it's basically a bunch of forms in one to complete one full tax return.
Right. So in the middle of this pandemic, I ain't gonna lie, it put me through a little bit of everything. Some W-2s, some 1099, gotta file for unemployment. So like, do I do that on one page? Like I do all this on one page?
You do it on one tax return.
Okay.
So maybe after this I'll show you how it looks, but we'll start off with like an estimate, a free tax estimate, and what that does is it allows me to see what your tax situation is. So I'll ask you basic information, you know, your name, how many dependents you have, did you pay for child care, what's their ages, your income. So if you got W-2s, you'll tell me what's on your W-2s, like how much you made, how much they took out. If you got unemployment for the year, the government sends you a form like a W-2, but it's a 1099-G. You give me that form. It shows you how much you made, how much they took out. I put those numbers in. Boom, it generates your refund. It lets me know if you owe or if you're getting something back. And then based off that information, we go from there. I see what I can do for you.
Because I'm still, like I said, I'm still fairly new. Last year was my first year actually filing taxes, and what motivated me for filing that was the stimulus. What it was, 12?
Yeah, 12 and then 6 second time.
So I had to file that to receive it. So is that gonna be? Do you know if that's gonna be the same thing for this one they just passed for the 14? Like it's gonna be.
So for the 14, it kind of is different. So that is monthly. That's it's a credit. So if you have dependents, you're getting paid monthly from it was supposed to be from July to December, but they changed. They started saying that it's gonna be this month in March, and I don't know up until when. So they basically gonna split that $1,400. Well, it went up to $3,500. So they're gonna split that up between all the months per child. So like if you qualify for the maximum earned income credit, if you have 3 children, you're basically gonna be getting $800 a month added to, you know, whatever. And then it's lower. So 1, 2, 3. It depends on how many dependents you have, and it's not necessarily kids. It could be a sibling, niece, nephew. It could be whatever. So but it can't be a parent or a grandparent because you don't get credit for them. But it just depends on your income and your dependent amount. But it's not going to be like a $1,400 off for anybody. It's only if you have dependents.
So it's not going to be going through your this year income tax. Like so I don't have to file it on there.
What
like how like last year I had to file it like you know, to even get it. Like I had to have tax return already. So do I have to do that this year as well?
You probably do. I don't know for sure. You won't know until they let you know you know you have to do it. But 9 times out of 10, it's kind of like a catch. It's always that but with the government. Like you qualify for a stimulus, but you gotta file that 2019 return so we can know how much you made.
Just like the last one.
Exactly.
You have to wait till you can file your tax even
in order to get it. So with this, even with the stimulus, with my clients now, some people didn't get a stimulus. They didn't even get the $1,200, so they can get it added to their refund. So it asks you a question like, did you get a stimulus? And you put whether or not you got the first or second one, and then if you didn't, it gives you that credit, that money back on your refund.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ask you this, because you have different services that you offer. Now, it says insurance planning. Now, I bought all this equipment for, I bought all these cameras, I bought all these lenses. Can you help me insure these products with your insurance planning?
Absolutely. So what Right Way Financial Services does is we partner with other companies. You know, it helps us expand our business as well as the partnering companies expand their business. So what we do is we sit our clients down. It starts with taxes because we break everything down quarterly.
Right.
So in the first quarter, we get that big bulk of money. And then in the second quarter, we talk about how we're going to use it, basically. So in the second quarter, insurance is one of them because you have to get life and health insurance, especially life insurance, because so many young people don't think that it's important. But, you know, tomorrow is not promised. So with insurance planning, we sit our client down after they get their refund and we have a consultation with them. The consultation is free for tax clients, but it costs for people who are not tax clients.
Right.
And then we see what they want to do, what it is that they need to do, and we partner them with the partnering company. So if you want to say, well, I need insurance, I have life insurance, but I need insurance on all of my material for my business, we know who to partner you with that can better assist you.
All right, I definitely need help with that.
Definitely.
I can't afford to take this L.
No, you can't.
Too much money went into it.
Yes, it did. I know.
Now, you also offer real estate investments, so let's talk about that.
So it's the same thing. So what our company does is we specialize in taxes. That's our thing. Maximizing refunds, you know, lowering the amount you owe. Taxes is our thing. But we assist with financial freedom as well. So anything that's outside of taxes, we make sure that we partner. We're like the Walmart of financial freedom.
Right.
So anything that you need, we have a company that we partner with that can assist you. So I have plenty of partnerships with many realtors, with many real estate companies, people who are private owners. You know, any situation that you have. Well, my credit sucks, but I need a house. Okay, I have a private owner. You know, so it's always a different outlet for whatever type of financial situation you're in with our company.
Now, for somebody that didn't even want to get into taxes, like, how did you get this far? Because you offering so much for somebody that originally didn't even want to do it.
So true. Like I said, my struggle made it. My struggle made me interested in it. Just being, you know, growing up in the middle of a struggle. You know, my life was a pandemic. You
Right.
know, once my father passed, and you know, I just have my mom, and she's working a 9 to 5, trying to make a way. You know, you all know the normal American struggle. You grow up in the hood, and you're just trying to look for a way out. And obviously, it's not where everybody else is going because nobody making it out. So I need to go this way. And this way led me into, like I said, my significant other told me, like, you need to do the taxes. And when I learned that taxes was kind of like the foundation of getting a large income for the beginning of the year to help you. That's like the kickstart. You know, once you get that large refund, that $5,000 to $7,000, it's a lot you can do. You can become a millionaire with $5,000. So once I learned that, it's like, okay, not only do I want to make sure that I'm good, I want to make sure everybody that's coming with me is good, you know, or, you know, who I can inspire, who I can help. It allowed me to discover my purpose here, if you will. So I just looked at every avenue. I said, oh, I got the money now with the taxes, but I don't know what to do with it. So now it's time for me to do my research. Okay, now it's time to invest it. It's time to grow it, and it's time to keep it going so that it can be generational. So with all of those things, I looked at what do you need in order to stay successful. You need housing, you need income, and you need transportation. If I got those 3 things, I'm good. So once I looked at that, I looked at every avenue under those. Housing, you need real estate, you need Section 8 plans, you need rent money, you need assistance for your utilities, whatever you need And then income, you need a job. If you need a job, you got to start somewhere as an employer. Now you need a business. Now you need to be an investor so your money can work for you. Then with transportation, I need a car. Not only do I need a car, I don't want to pay a car note. If I pay a car note, I need to make sure that my assets pay for that. So all of those things, I'm an overthinker. So I'm always thinking about what can happen all the way at the end if I do one small thing. So this one small thing allowed me to have so many other resources and outlets for this business.
Now, man, it sounds like you're going to be a future mogul pretty soon. You feel me?
Man, speak that.
100 million is coming your way.
I'm going to be in a Forbes magazine.
I mean, because you got connections in so many different places. Like, it's almost impossible for you not to be able to grow and expand and shut H&R Block down. That's what we're going to talk into existence.
Right Way Financial is the new H&R Block.
You feel me now? Barbara, you touched on it a little bit. So how actually did y'all meet?
We met through my guy, actually. And they used to do taxes together as well. So he definitely put me on. And from there, we called right on and started talking about taxes, about running a business and investing. And I jumped right on board, and here I am.
Yep, and it actually started with me. We did an interview previously, and I told you I was a hustlepreneur. So I have, I do locks and natural hair too. So I actually started her locks. That's how we met. He called me like, hey, I see you do the locks. Can you do my wife's? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me do it. So, and just, in a matter of me being, a hustlepreneur, I'm doing her locks like, hey, you need to get on this tax team with me. We need to start making money together. You're smart. You're a people person. You know how to talk. Let's do it. Take the risk. What more can it hurt? People be afraid of that, but if you think about it, you 9 times out of 10 already in the worst that could happen. Your situation is you're currently in the worst that could happen. So, at this point, she just was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And every training, she was on time. It was times where I would be late and she'll be texting me, where you at? What time you logged in for our Zoom call today?
Yep, taking notes, asking questions.
Just very on point. So,
and I'm not a social person, but since then I've been on social media, promoting myself. I've gained a lot of followers on TikTok. Like, please check me out, Just Barb's World. You would definitely see all of my content, and please engage.
Yes.
It's
so important to bring people who support you when you have nothing with you. It's different when somebody be like, oh yeah, that sound cool, versus what we about to do.
Right.
I hear you, I'm with you. I know we ain't making no money right now, but what we about to do? Because it's deeper than money. It's to create money for our grandkids. Right. So for her to be on board with that was just more than mind blowing. It was inspirational. It motivated me to say, wow, if I can help her help me, then why not? We gonna make sure we go up to the top together.
Do you offer classes with your services?
I do, and I mean this in the most humblest way. My classes have been free for tax training because I just been wanting to get people to work with me and be agents for the company. But this upcoming tax season, the classes, it will be a fee. Because people take stuff more serious when they pay for it. I don't know. It's like, if you gotta pay for it, you're gonna take it serious. So this upcoming tax season, we always start our tax training early because by Thanksgiving, I want people to be able to start marketing for themselves and promoting a business. So tax training started in September.
So where can people join these classes at?
So I have. Well, due to COVID, we did everything on Zoom. It was like an online course. Right. So it was super dope like that. So I may just keep it like that just because it's convenient. I was able to record the training so people who wasn't able to make the calls could just log in and rewatch the video. So it's definitely probably going to stay online and just be an online course.
Yo Sound Radio, we are back in the building.
Yo, checking back in, getting good information. So, Barbara, how has the classes been for you thus far? Because before break, I was asking her about the classes, how do you get in and everything. But you had first-hand experience of it. So how's it been?
Right, in my opinion, it was really easy and really quick. She was very thorough, and she just made it really easy. I would definitely do it again.
Heard that. And what kind of people can expect to be in those classes? You know what I'm saying? Like what type of person would those classes fit for?
You have to definitely be a go-getter, hardworking, someone who's able to take initiative. You can just get up and go. You know, you definitely have to be that type of person who can be personable and ready to reach their goals. You can't be somebody, you know, who just, you know, oh, I want to browse, or how you doing? You got to be a go-getter. You got to go for it, and you know, do your thing.
Heard that. What's changed for you since you've been doing this?
I've definitely gained a lot of knowledge. And abundance, you know, wealth.
Yeah.
It's been better. And definitely confidence.
Yeah, that's great. Real great.
Amber, give us a quick tax tip, like something that everybody need to know.
That's a good one. A quick tax tip that everybody needs to know is know your filing status. And by that, I mean, know what you qualify for. Always go above and beyond to make sure that you're finding somebody that knows what they're doing and loves what they do. And that's all I say. I know what I'm doing. I love what I do. Because just going into any tax company looking for any refund, you'll always miss out on what you really could get. So shop around. I don't care. I always encourage people, get a free estimate with me, but go to the next one. I guarantee you be back.
Right.
Talk your shit.
Period.
Now, before we get out of here, I want to ask you this question. Why don't you think they teach financial literacy in school?
Because we're programmed to work for a specific people.
Right.
You know,
they don't want us to win.
Exactly. We're programmed to not know this, because if we all know, who's gonna how will they benefit? How will the government benefit if we all know if we all have financial literacy? We're trained to go to school, and in school, in middle school, they ask us what you want to be in life.
Right.
And everybody says a doctor, a lawyer, a judge, a nurse, or everything that pays the highest taxes. But nobody says, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a business owner. I want to have my own. We're never programmed to do that. Then after middle school, we graduate and we go to high school and we graduate. Now we go to college. And you must pick a major. Half the time we still kids. We don't know what we want to do in life. So we're going here, and 9 times out of 10 our parents didn't go. So we don't have the motivation to finish or even know what we're doing as far as, you know, classes and how to stay focused in school. So we either drop out or we just finish and get a degree doing something that we didn't even like to do or don't know or don't want to do. Now you knees deep in student loans. You have to have experience when you graduate out of college. How? How I'm going to have experience for my career if I just got out of school?
And nobody want to give you that start.
And nobody want to give you start. So now you have to be an intern for 2 years for free. Mind you, your college, your tuition and all of the college fees then kicked in. So now you have to pay. So now you knees deep in debt with no career, no business, with nothing. So that's and now you owe them. And then when you do start working, now you're working to pay back your student loans. You have bills, you have children, you have life insurance. So don't think that people who are quote unquote high income earners, like the doctors and the lawyers, don't think they're rich, because they're rich in debt. They're not rich in potential and rich in financial freedom. So that's pretty much my thing. You know, it's just really they don't want us to basically not have to depend on them.
All right, now tell everybody where they can get in tune with both of y'all if they want to get in tune with y'all services.
So you can get in tune with me by my website. You can find that on my TikTok, Just Barb's World, and my Instagram, It's Uniquely B.
Okay, and for Right Way Financial Services, you can look us up on any social media platform under Right Way Financial Services LLC. And then me personally, you can just search Chicago Tax Lady, and I guarantee you I pop up.
All right, Jimmy, talk to the people real quick.
All right, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all cleared a lot of things up for me.
Thank
for
you
real.
for having
So
us.
Thank you.
appreciate y'all on that. Go ahead, follow me at Groove Nuke, GROOVNUKE. Be sure to download that iLLANOiZE app. Continue to submit, man, and yeah, stay tuned every Sunday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be back.
Like Jimmy say, man, y'all go download that iLLANOiZE app. If you don't got that app on your phone, what are you doing?
None at all.
Shout out to y'all for sliding through. Barbara, thank you for the candle. It smells great. You feel me? I love strawberries. I'm finna surprise my girl with this gift. You feel me?
Great Sunday.
Hey, gotta do something nice.
Yeah.
But once again, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Hey, Isaiah, I appreciate you, bro. This has been another episode of Ill Sound Radio.
And I also want to thank you for this motivation pack.
Hey, no doubt.
This right
I like
here,
it.
boy, I tell you, this speak volumes.
Speak
Them
super
3
volumes.
No
men.
doubt, man. And it came in a pack, you know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep.
So,
Until next week, y'all.